Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda, hero of like Defender of the Fatherland, your glorious voice in this darkness, providing you with more great co-entertainment. Off to 1v1 on Semois. In the south, it is Nanami, fighting for freedom, democracy, and liberty, here with the 3rd Armored Division. In the northeast stands RedxWings, fighting here for the 55th Infantry Division, also known as the Hand Grenade Division, with a Dull Pioneer Coastal Reserves Division opening here as he has gone for the Coastal Battle Group. Coming here to some Italian support. So we're off here to some exciting action on Semois, one of my personal favourites. As always, big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continued generous and absolutely delightful support of the Propagandacast. Keeps making all these videos possible, and a big thanks to those who keep commenting and liking on my videos. Helps out immensely with the YouTube algorithms, which otherwise try to bear them. So we got double pioneers, double coastal service out here for RedxWings. It's one of those ways the Wehrmacht can, just flood the field with a lot of troops almost as fast as, say, some of the allies can do if they go for, a hard scout opening. So with this kind of opening here, RedxWings is already just trying to, push for aggressive map control against his opponent. As we've seen him before, he will likely try and, just transfer out the coastal service later on, which of course is another sort of advantage they have. They're cheap, so again with transfer orders you don't end up spending as much as you've just been transferring out grenadiers either, so there's definitely some slight synergies there as well. So up northwest, two pioneers pushing in. We can see here though in the center Nanami's moving in there. We got Rifle on the way, looking to secure the center and even threaten here RedxWings cutoff point. We can see he's actually done some sandbags and barbed wire positions there. Already though, RedxWings here sensing the cutoff points, of course, on the threat here. Nanami ready to defend here and with the full force of democracy and liberty. So outside the Italians are just, staying away from the fighting. And Mario, I think he's shooting her over there. They're probably just popping cooks of champagne. Okay, RedxWings going for a bit more heavy now with a 3rd Coastal Service Squad here on the way. And now the tech, will he be transferring out now? It's actually a good question. I don't think if it's to see anyone go for triple coastals and then transfer them out, but I mean, this is RedxWings. And he's always happy to prove me, behind on the curve there and wrong. Pioneers, they're firmly putting up a fight here, just enough time for the Italian troops to arrive here. And there we can see Nanami, of course, realizing this engagement is going to go pretty pear-shaped fast if he does not get his men out there. He's going to rush across the building, though losing Roger there. And there you go, popping out the front door. Smooth maneuvers there for Nanami. And then popping in there. Probably what he's doing here is hoping for RedxWings to, try and take the bait pursuit and then get caught out in the open. It's a trick you see some players do because some players will, of course, try and pull in. But, of course, smart players typically tend to, wait for that. And then he just keeps trying to do it again, hoping, maybe, he's going to fall for it eventually. Always gets a bit silly. As it ends up being this really weird of, case of gunfire peekaboo. Except again, they're not playing it with a fucking baby. They're playing it with, an adult who's just not buying into it. I can see you there, Mr. American. I know you're up to your tricks there. I'm not falling for it. Engineers on the way there for Nanami. Chance being pursued here. And now with more rifle, of course, he is pushing it still. This rifle squad is already too weak here, so trying to make a pincer maneuver with this and putting this on another chance squad, he just isn't working out there for Nanami. I think this ends up being a rather questionable call. I do like the audacity of it, but in this case, just audacity wasn't enough, especially not against RedxWings with the R. Obviously doesn't stand for audacity. That's his middle name, but he removed it. And replace it with an X. But anyways, up north here, Pioneer's being pushed back by the scouts. Bit of fierce fighting here, but all we can see that Nanami is trying to keep RedxWings at least on the sort of, back foot here around the cutoff point as much as possible. And that can work out there as long as it doesn't bleed out too heavily, which it does kind of feel like Nanami kind of is at the moment. RedxWings with the Panzer Grenadier Company will be interesting to transfer out in these Italians, particularly some of the squads are very low in health, so transferring that for Panzer Grenadiers, of course, means he doesn't have to worry about healing them up anyways. North here, Pioneers falls back by the scouts in the end. Just unable to break through. We also got Flamethrower Engineers here for Nanami. Obviously going to be helpful in burning out the Italians, since obviously they need cover to be useful, so Flamethrowers obviously have a bit of an edge there. That's like how they usually hit edges there. There you go, Italians burning up there. Right from there, almost wiped up. So the Pioneers, because you wiped in weapons in the early game, and yes, Pioneers got flamethrowers down. Sending in his remaining Italian squad there that's exit any like health level there. And will he be transferring out some squads? That is, of course, the big question. Yeah, the flamethrowers just doing immense damage. Keep in mind the flamethrowers are AoE weapons. They can like damage the entire squad if it's bunched up. Meaning really quick drops in health there. So, half check on for RedxWings. Slightly a Stummel here, because we have seen RedxWings champion of the Stummel. Will he be able to work his Stummel magic once more? We'll have to see. Fuel panels being threatened there. Panzer pushing forward. See, counter-attacking into the American lines. Half check almost done here for RedxWings. Looks like he's not going to be transferring out any Italian part because he can't really afford to like just manpower-wise, but also just opportunity cost-wise. Do it, I think. Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon. There we go. We do get one squad being transferred out. Very good. Thumbs up. 250 and half there, of course, being upgraded with the 75mm cannon. And we got Nanami here with the mechanized support center there. Second pen squad ready. Here's, of course, RedxWings surging now more aggressively forwards against Nanami and the Americans here. No battle group yet for Nanami. We got grenades as well. Stummel almost done here. We'll certainly make it harder, of course, for Nanami to just rely on its infantry safely against RedxWings. There we go, Stummel ready. And with that, RedxWings is looking a lot more dangerous now. Of course, 2 Panzer in his quarters already makes him fairly dangerous. Officers' quarters as well here. Question, of course, will be, will he transfer out all of his customer service, or is that just all he's going to transfer out? I mean, there's a lot of ways this could, like, go here now. And, like, if he were to, like, get transferred all out, he'd have, like, 4 squads of Panzer Grenadiers, which would be decidedly bad news for Nanami's infantry. Of course, RedxWings would lack snares then, so... certainly wouldn't be entirely without its risks. There we go, sending a flank here, though it is the Italians rather than the Panzer. We've got automatic fire there unleashed. And in the far west, heading the cut-off point there, though, we got Nanami putting a stop to that. Nanami is not liking that at all. And quick to lay down mines for these Italian troops, thumbs up. Panzer Grenadiers withdrawing motor pool there for Nanami. So we're definitely looking, I think, at a Greyhound here with the canister shot. That's definitely a build that is not as popular, but still sees a fair amount of play from some user players. Instead of going for fast bars, they go mechanized, and then they rush out a Greyhound with canister shots, and you basically have a, you know, massive, very fast shotgun. Can't be easily countered either by Germans in the early to mid game. So that can be a real nuisance, to put it gently. We got an offside here for RedxWings. Right from there, finding their positions steadily crumbling alongside the walls. Rivals squad flank around here, and then good use of the train to sneak up there on RedxWings. Very good. Of course, a medic bunker would be a good investment for RedxWings no matter what. In particular, he intends to keep this Italian troops since they do get free reinforcements from bunkers. And then go Nanami with the M8 Greyhound. Still no battle group, though. At this point, it's starting to feel more and more like armored anyways. If it's going to go mechanized support center. Certainly some synergies there. But again, we'll have to see. I mean, it could still be advanced infantry. It could even be airborne. He's feeling like threatening enough here by RedxWings. So I suppose once you go for a lot of cheap airdrop reinforcements like Treads. Though again, I don't think anyone else but Treads is doing that. Scout's in a bit of trouble with the Stummel. Greyhound almost done. Coastal service there being forced out again, making great use of the building against RedxWings here and the 55th Infantry Division. In this case, clearly supported by elements of the 90th Panzer Grenadier Division. Artillery officer sneaking in there. And calling in the artillery there. Some nice Italian mortars, which were actually like quite good. In fact, the Italians generally had some pretty solid artillery. And there you go, Grant going for the storm, but there you go. We got the blinding shot here, which of course will buy right-wing Stummel critical time to get out of there. He's also going to need a pack 40 here, or Stug. I suppose a lot more Stummels. But then again, this is right-wing, so who knows? I mean, we have seen him, like, you know, is kind of not bothered before. And for now, he's actually got pretty good map control. I mean, with the Stummel and the Panzergrenadiers, Nanami's early game just hasn't been able to quite get the traction it wanted without the BARs really push back against these Panzergrenadiers. Because with the Veterans Tier 1, the early game Panzergrenadiers with assault rifles can really give, you know, unupgraded riflemen actually a pretty tough time. That is, of course, quite decisive here for RedxWings. It does mean that Nanami will absolutely, you know, want to put an end to this sort of disparity as fast as possible. Otherwise, RedxWings will continue to, like, enjoy a rather neat map control advantage. So we're going to have to see what happens here. Stummel moving in again here. Italians moving from the north side, more engineers for Nanami, possibly for minesweepers. Only the concern of RedxWings mining a lot more, in particular around the center, and say, for example, damaging the end of his Greyhound would certainly be a big problem there for Nanami, so he definitely needs to make sure of that. We do know that RedxWings has been mining, so of course he's yet to hit a mine, but again, planning ahead is typically, you know, a smart move. Assuming he's, of course, going to go for minesweeper, and he definitely should. Oh, he goes for another flamethrower, even having hit the minesweeper on the mines. I mean, that's still fair enough, but I really would recommend a minesweeper. I mean, sending in 2 flamethrower teams obviously has its advantages, but it could also signal to RedxWings you should just be spamming a lot of mines against Nanami, so... I can see both sides of it, but definitely one side has me a bit more concerned for the welfare of Nanami's infantry. Yeah, RedxWings really relying heavily on this Stummel. He's using it, as he says, the Corvus Force here. Basically using the infantry to keep RedxWings from getting too close to it and just blasting everything else here, which is certainly quite interesting. You just don't really see a lot of players, like, you know, using a Stummel like that, but RedxWings is clearly quite happy there with it. Why shouldn't he be happy with the Stummel? Isn't it nice to have a Stummel? Anyways, Stummel, of course, need to be careful. And there we go, getting shot, papping there, getting a bit messed up due to the terrain here and the victory point there, as he can't just, you know, go through it. Those Panzers also could do some healing. And RedxWings definitely really should get a medic bunker up, or at least a medic upgrade. Like, he's got a lot of infantry by now that is fairly low health. There we go, medic bunker on the way there. Thumbs up to RedxWings. And again, with Customer Service, I mean, you really want the medic bunker more than anything else. Absolutely 1 in 10%. And we got the Panzer Company as well there. As for Nanami, looks like possibly tank depot next here. There you go, Garibaldi Ladung forcing out the rifleman. The bomb grenade, by the way, was actually an old World War I tactic the Germans would use there, amongst other things, as an anti-tank charge. And it would also, in fact, be used against tanks at the early stages of World War II. Fun fact. Panzer Company almost done. Medics upgrade on the way there. Yeah, those Panzer Grenadiers absolutely need healing. And there you go. Nanami with the tank depot. Also a fair bit of a, you know, manpower float. Could consider fuel cache there, like right outside the base. And there you go. Greyhound at it again. Got another blinding shot here from loaded up from the Stummel. Here at least.
I suppose you have need of us.
Got Captain Giuseppe there moving forwards. Far West victory point there, falling under control there of Nanami. We got 383, 397. Tank depot almost done here. Quite the manpower float for Nanami still. I mean, RedxWings is admittedly also floating a fair bit. Of course, with the Panzer Company up, you could go for some stars to open. You could also build a fuel cache. I mean, both could build fuel caches. And there you go. RedxWings still builds stars to open. Hardened veterans here of the 55th Reichsgrenadier Division.
Alarm. Sector overrun.
Stummel there heavily damaged until calling in some Italian mortar fire. Panzers jamming at the riflemen. I mean, Challenge had a fairly interesting light mortar with a bit of a magazine, actually. And a bicycle seat you could sit on it, so it was a bit of a unique mortar in that sense. Certainly looked cool. And there, got Starstorm out here for RedxWings. And so German army. Hardened veterans, ready to face any challenge, as long as it doesn't involve, you know, vehicles or tanks. There you go, blinding shot here again on the Greyhound. Again, there's like just no player like RedxWings that just makes you assume. And there you go, mine goes off as well here. Was it one RedxWings laid down? Was it one Nanami laid down? The Sturm set off, hard to say here, but either way, the Greyhound's engine is, well, kablamo. Engineers are caught out in the middle of the stream here, perhaps wondering that you're going to cover. Sarge, maybe we should get out of here. Nah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Well, us two will be fine. Rather than being steadily blasted out here of the nice cozy village housing there by the Stummel. And there you go, ace level Stummel. That is definitely not ideal news there for Nanami's infantry. Where'd the Starstrop burn? Oh, they're all the way up here with the MD-42 and their G-43s. We got Nanami here with more riflemen. Still no battle group.
New ability online.
Howard's been lined up, Panther 4 as well for RedxWings. And we do get advanced infantry, actually, and we got F Company. Of course, at this point, I would not be surprised to see, you know, turn out some riflemen to Rangers, honestly. But I was definitely starting to, like, expect armoured here. Also, while he has gone for mechanized, we haven't really seen much happen with it either. Nanami's strategy definitely seems a bit less certain here against RedxWings. Perhaps he's unsure as to how to deal with the RedxWings in this strategy, and it's like, you know, trying to suss his way forward to something a bit more helpful. It's hard to say, of course. Ultimately, I can't read Nanami's mind. And if I was a mind reader, well, let's just say I'd be doing something a lot more profitable than making YouTube videos. But there you go, F Company charging forward here. Panzer's holding out in the building, trying some covering fire. Here's the half-track vehicle there, falls back, ground supporting F Company. Panzer's doing what they can. Anti-tanks away there. Panther 4 the run here for RedxWings. Grenades off there. And there you go, Panzer is diving out. We got two flamethrower teams pushing forward as well there. Mines exploding, slowing down parts of Nanami's eastern assault. This Baker platoon is trying to advance there. More pioneers for RedxWings. Now, that was a definitely brutal push. And we got Nanami with the Sherman tank. And Grant hits the mine here. Damaged engine again on that Greyhound. Gonna have to replace the engine at this rate if it keeps just getting blown up. And holy smokes, that hit from the Panther 4. F Company there. Holy moly. There we go. And I think he lost a regular outscored in that. Probably because I couldn't tell apart from the rest of F Company. So that ends up being an absolute massacre. Of course, going to look really great afterwards. So, you're telling me you didn't just execute all of these American prisoners of war? Nein, nein, I swear she came running at us. We were defending ourselves. She just voluntarily bunched up like that. I swear. Please. You have to believe me. Stummel charging in an absolutely bold move of RedxWings. Raubscore taken out. Heavy blows here to Nanami. The RedxWings losing his Stummel will certainly provide a bit of a blow there to his morale in Germany. Moment of silence in Berlin for the Stummel. Sherman rolling forwards, backed up with the riflemen. German troops pushing into nearby housing for safety and cover against the mighty M41 Sherman, the workhorse of the United States Armored Forces, an icon of democracy. And a pretty nice ride. If you were riding the later models, that is, the early ones did have some issues, but they were pretty good at like actually making the Sherman fairly safe. Except, of course, the big issue it was, which typically is less talked about, but the Sherman was for a tank like pretty large. Like the game, I don't think quite reflects it, but like even compared with the Pershing, the Sherman was actually like taller than the Pershing, which is typically what you think of as a heavy tank. It also, though, of course, meant it was quite roomy for a tank. So again, it was quite comfy. But, you know, probably not what you think about when thinking tanks is like, oh, well, this is a comfortable ride.
Anti-tank gun and crew are ready for
Kinda
orders.
was for a tank. And there you go, we got rearm and retrofit here, we got more anti-tanks there for Nanami. Improvised armor, of course, will also be great.
Territory sector lost.
We'll have to see, of course. For RedxWings, armored side skirts for the Panther 4 would also be ideal. But again, we'll have to see. Starts to make caught with the Greyhound, and there you go, canister shot ready. Clearly waiting for this moment to just drop it on RedxWings when he was like extending like his elite infantry like that. Pretty brutal stuff here, of course, by Nanami. He could even like pop it on the Sherman he wanted to, but he clearly is not going to need it. So that's going to be the Starstorm wiped out here. Definitely a significant blow here to RedxWings, and a great hit there for Nanami. No Rangers though. No Rangers. RedxWings there, possibly setting up for another Panther 40 Sturmpanzer. We'll have to see. He could, of course, go for the howitzer, but I don't think Nanami's current force composition is going to be super ideal for it. And there you go, RedxWings with another Panther 4.
Enemy points at 300. Confirm.
The Americans, though, were fairly fond of canister shots. In particular, I think it was in the Pacific where they were really fond of it. So, a bit of a fun fact there.
The enemy has taken
Second Sherman almost done here. A Panther 4, I mean, nonsense Sherman. That is definitely not a Sherman unless you're, well, sighted. And there goes Scout taking a massive hit here. Greyhound there gets another one. Again, really just leveraging the absolute nastiness of this. Ooh, Engineers though could get wiped out. Yeah, they're definitely going to get wiped out here unless Nanami has made some very, very terrible pacts with demons. Second Panzerkampf firing ready. Officer Quarters would be great. Armored side skirts. And certainly some replacement Starstorm. But again, we'll have to see. RedxWings on the south sneaking up there. Of course, sending in the pilots in the ears like that when he knows there's a grain with the canister shots about is fairly risky. And we do get a second Sherman now for Nanami, so yeah, it was just a bit early there, I guess. Hands up, making on the Vierzig hiding up here in the middle of the streets. Brilliant camouflage. Scouts there being met with heavy automatic fire, and of course the flamethrower fire of the Italians there. Sherman dueling up with the Panther 4 grand flank up, going for the Pack 4 there, and hitting it with the canister shot. Centers coming up in a mess here. Panther 4 engaging. Italians not within range to pop their anti-tank grenade slash the Italian Molotov. Center there falling. M1 tank pursuing here through the streets. And there we go. 55th Infantry Division being forced out here, and Nanami makes up with off the Pack 40, giving him a total of 3 anti-tank guns. But there you go, counterattack here from northwestern streets, getting up behind Nanami, catching him in a bad spot. Could he take out one of his anti-tank guns? Panther Force counterattacking, mines exploding, wiping the Pack 40 crew there. Oh, did he go for an anti-tank grenade? No, he didn't. Oh, missed opportunity by RedxWings. F Company again, also further complicating counterattack. He's forgotten about the Panther Force and the anti-tank guns recruit here. Oh, that was so close. They could have lost the Panther 4, and he's going to likely lose the Italians. He did get off the grenade, but that's obviously not going to matter now. He could pop a bomb grenade if he had the munitions, but he doesn't. There goes Sherman with the counter shot, charging in. This is really terrible for RedxWings. Both of his Panther 4s are heavily damaged. But he's got plenty of ammo to at least go for some other stuff, and his fuel cache, outside his fuel point outside of his base, has been rendered neutral. Oh dear, this is really turning awkward here for RedxWings, to put it gently. And in the end, despite the nerf, I mean, the whole infantry assault ability is still immensely good, because still at 125 munitions, you're still getting over 1,000 manpower for like roughly 2 minutes, which is still insane value. So, another Starstorm squad all the way there for RedxWings. It's the reddest of things. And there we go. Improvised armor, which was certainly something the American tank crews were big fans of. Tank commanders, though, in apparently such knew it didn't do too much directly, but they ended up not really caring because it made the crews feel safer. And if they feel safer, they're more likely to, actually act aggressively instead of like just, turning tails and getting out of there at the first sign of enemy fire. So they kind of allowed it, and the Germans certainly had the same element, like, a lot of crews would, like, improvise various types of extra armor to, like, be feel safer in the tanks. So that was, a very human thing to do. There you go, first Panther 4 picked up. We do get the howitzer here for RedxWings now. Obviously, with triple anti-tank guns and the fact that Nanami is digging into the town, it does make more sense now to get the howitzer going here.
The enemy has... Our adversary is pushing back.
And certainly on a map like Semois, due to the way, again, things tend to like bunch up around these two bottlenecks or choke points, artillery can alter in a particular way, it would be a good way to catch them up there. And in fact, Semois is probably one of the few maps where personally I feel like the naval level is like actually solid because, again, of the way the map just more naturally creates scenarios where the naval level can actually be good, despite its, at time, fairly questionable accuracy. At least for me, questionable accuracy. Like, maybe I'm just, you know, phenomenally unlucky with my naval levels. I can't rule that out, but personally, I just find them too unreliable. There you go, got the Italian howitzer ready. I still think RedxWings, those who go for the armored side guns and Panther 4s would make them just a bit harder to take out here for Nanami's armor.
Initiating research.
There we go. Direct hit on the Sherman. Them doing some damage. An actual Sherman that would definitely have been taken out by that. Like a 210mm high explosive shell landing on the roof of that would have completely knocked it out. Because this is also to be listed, guys, but most tanks were very lightly armored on top. There's very few tanks that actually like survived like a direct hit from artillery. I think something like the King Tiger was one of the few exceptions. And even then, it wouldn't exactly be a comfortable ride to be hit directly on the top by that. But there you go, armored sights goes up. The Schutzen.
Guns are loaded.
Primarily used by the Germans and some of the other Axis powers in various manners. The Soviets would also somewhat copy it. Very late into the war there on the T-34s. The British would experiment with it. Also with some wire mesh, but they found the problem, at least for them, and it only protected against the smaller Panther fast, and by the time they're starting to work on it, the Germans were starting to like develop bigger Panther fast, and it just wasn't sufficient. And I guess it just figured they couldn't be bothered to develop more into it.
We are losing ground. The enemy has the lead.
210 versus 212. Again, got the cannon shot, mines exploding here. Sherman applying pressure on the flank here.
Artillery batteries are requesting
Will Nanami go for further upgrades for them? Buildings collapsing. Greyhound at the ace level. In the southeast, Sherman being pursued, perhaps? Hard to say. Nanami further falling back here. Howard's could be soon ready to fire again here, we'll have to see. And there you go, does make an attempt at it.
200 points remain. We are losing our grasp.
Didn't do much hitting there. That was also a bit of a whiff, to put it gently, Sherman withdrawing. And there you go, Panther 4 takes nice from the Pack 40. Sherman out with the counter shots here. Straight into the throng of Italian troops. That shot didn't do too much. Greyhound was zooming up here, gonna hit up the west flank, it appears. And RedxWings just doesn't seem to be particularly caring. Sherman flanking the Panther 4. Nice shooting there. Sherman there with the damaged engine. Get rid of that Pack 40 though. Oh yeah, he's going to take out that Sherman there. Second anti-tank joining in here, the show. Got the Pack, or the anti-tank there wiped. That is the Pack 40 though. Panzer's being wiped up by the Sherman. Another Sherman way there for Nanami.
The enemy has claimed our sector.
No sign of the 76mm gun here. Then he could run with a bit more punchy as the German Panzers. Flanking, there we go. F Company to the rescue again here for Nanami, and the 3rd Armored Division, 3rd Sherman almost done. Pioneers being taken out again. And in the base, oh, this is really devious. He actually like just raided his opponent's base for the Greyhound while RedxWings so focused with everything on the front line. Threatening wipes there. That is pretty mean. And there it goes, 76 upgrade on the way there. Sherman knocked out. Yeah, RedxWings kind of has to send his tanks up north to deal with that. Otherwise, you could like just make another raid inside the base there. That is pretty devious. Also requires, I think, some pretty good management skills there. Like, you know, to both handle the fighting here and then, like, you know, make sure you can, like, you know, manage all this up here. That is pretty sharp thinking there. Really showing off, like, you know, a capacity for, like, you know, higher, you know, tactical thinking. It's also, again, one of those reasons I do like a map like Semois. Even though it's not perfect, I know people don't like this, but even then I think, despite this, the map still offers more interesting gameplay, again, due to the size than you just get on many of the other 1v1 maps, where, again, it becomes much easier to respond to these kind of like things more easily, which again makes them less possible. But there you go, Sensitive going for it. Handful running with the Panzergrenadiers here, popping the Veterans 1 ability, probably because he's realizing it's not like going to survive either way, so his best bet is to just try and, like, you know, get the other tank to move away there by threatening it. Or at least increasing the chance to just knock it out with another tank here. Didn't get it. Some bounces there as well, but this is pretty good there for Nanami.
Our AT gun has been destroyed.
And anti-tank getting wiped out here. Fighting is all over the place here. RedxWings and the 55th Infantry Division is struggling here. And talk about risky. He could have blown up his own men. But then again, I suppose he just doesn't care about his Italian troops. But Hauptmann, you might hit the Italians. The point being, I just want to kill the Americans. I don't care how many Italians have to die for that. More engineers there for Nanami. I mean, he definitely needs more repairs for all of his Germans, though, of course. He can also go for that repair point thing there, courtesy of this. This is set up somewhere else. I think he already is using it, actually. Another Panzerkampfwagen there only for RedxWings. His howitzers at Veteran 2-1. We got 175 as 173. Definitely getting some pretty interesting and fun moments out of this match so far, though. Again, I'm liking the way again that Nanami's like able to, like, you know, just think in a less linear manner as well there. Because again, for a lot of players, it'll just like focus on just beating down the opponent head on. But again, having that mission to like sneak in the ground into your opponent's base and, like, you know, get some wipes is pretty devious. But again, also I think much more doable on a map like this because again, the distances are bigger, so there's a bit more, you know, value to it. And it's why I wish we had more maps that, you know, are at least a bit bigger than most of them. They don't necessarily have to be like the size of Semois or have all that stuff, but I do think we need maps that are a bit bigger than, you know, the average map so far as well. But anyways, Star Swing and Panther push, get F Company push, Engineer push, Rifle push. Trying here with the fire there. Almost had it there. There's Star Storm holding the line in the face of all this. Glen Corbett. Trees getting shattered. Squirrels, I'm sure, flung all over the place, but the Americans keep coming. Grenades are being chucked here. You can see that RedxWings frantically trying to get out of the way here. This democratic steamroller being unleashed by Nanami. Up north getting a wipe here with the Sherman. Can't tell you what bit the bullet there. Guessing some Italian troops, perhaps.
An officer has been deployed.
Or maybe it's officer who's gone for another officer there. The Italians, or the American assault continues here again. RedxWings and the 55th falling back here through the town streets of Semois as the Americans just brutally sweeping through them there. But as soon as F Company withdraws, so does the rest of the Nanami's forces. And there you go again, another attack again using the terrain here to like attack the howitzer there.
Artillery batteries are requesting orders, Commandant.
Really good flanking it by Nanami. And it's not like RedxWings didn't have like any indicator all this was coming here. Oh, he didn't get to finish it off. Well, let's see who does it. Yeah, he's moving in the Sherman. We can see that in the minimap to finish it off here. So again, good flanking in by Nanami. Obviously a bit risky, but he's also quite aware that RedxWings is like, you know, committing so much to the center that he just doesn't have anything to defend up here. So, thumbs up there. Definitely some pretty solid action out of that. And again, Nanami, again, showing a bit more lateral thinking. It's also good to see. I mean, so far, 2 thumbs up here to both players. Playing a pretty good fight. Plus, you know, 7.6 Shermans are not the most common. It's typically either just, you know, EC8s, maybe regular Shermans, but the 7.6 is really just kind of sort of fallen out of favour. Not that I can't understand why. It's kind of fallen in this in the same zone as the Fallschirmjäger, so I do argue these are still better than, you know, Fallschirmjäger, so I'm sort of like, you know, the Fallschirmjäger somehow were a tank. I think they'd still be falling in a worse zone, but the EC-76 machines I think aren't terrible, but again, it's just why go for them when you just go for EC8s. It's basically the issue there, but I do think they're quite worth it. Particularly once you're upgraded with the extra armor as well, mate. But enough about that. Could get the officer wiped here as well. RedxWings, I think, will need some more armor out here soon. More Panther 4s would obviously be a good move. You could even consider some Martyrs if you weren't willing to go for the Luftwaffe company. You could also go for Stugs.
Sector now under enemy
I don't think
control.
he's going to go for Stugs though, but it could prime with some just more raw numbers to tackle all of these Shermans. And that wouldn't be half bad either for RedxWings, honestly. Triple Shermans there, and would you look at that? It's F Company. There you go, F Company charging in there. Lead Panther 4, they're getting smashed apart here beneath a roaring volley of democratic destruction unleashed by Nanami.
Commandant, territory sector lost.
RedxWings continue to feel the heat here of freedom as Nanami's tanks keep rolling ahead here. Anti-tank on position being overrun, outmaneuvered by a sheer volume of tanks here. And F Company makes it hard to win support here. Plus, he's splitting up his tanks, so it becomes harder for the anti-tanks just to easily zone out one target. Further complicating matters here for RedxWings.
We have lost the squad of Panzergrenadiers.
And the Pentagon's got wiped there.
We have territory cut
I think that might have misclicked, but the F Company's about to get wiped out here, and things got cleared out though.
Gun is out of commission.
Things really getting uncomfortable for RedxWings. Exceedingly so. He's running out of infantry, he's running out fast. And tanks. The only thing he's not running out of so far is targets. So what will RedxWings bring for next here? You see Nanami's just wrecking all the anti-tank guns. I mean, he's got a large number of Shermans by now. He clearly is not in need of anti-tank until versus RedxWings. RedxWings was in need of something more. West side here, rifleman forwards here, catching the Italian troops, even trying to lay down mines there, which forces me to take more damage while doing so. Definitely need to get them out of there. Yeah, RedxWings is in a rather uncomfortable position here. Nanami's absolutely been laying down the law of democracy against him now. With a single Panther 4 now against 3 76mm Shermans with improvised armor, RedxWings is definitely a bit undergunned. Going for another Panther 4 there, and again I can't blame him. We got Nanami that'll bring up a Hellcat just for good measure. Not that I blame him. I would like to see more Shermans, but certainly 3 Shermans backed up. A Hellcat is a pretty strong force as well. Still with the 76mm Shermans. So, of course, the question is, what are RedxWings' options now, realistically speaking? I mean, he could again go for more anti-tank guns. He could try and side tech, maybe for Martyrs. The Luftwaffe company would be some cheaper self-propelled tank destroyers. They can still do a lot of damage. You could go for Stugs just for more raw numbers. That would probably be a bit more accessible than the Martyrs, to be honest.
Panzer IV is field
You
ready.
just use raw numbers that way to help keep the Shermans down.
Enemy forces have claimed our
And
territory.
Stugs with armored side skirts upgraded are pretty, I think, durable. And again, you can just get a bunch of them. So that could be another option. Again, you could also just spam packs, but so far, Nanami's handling his tanks so well, it becomes harder for RedxWings to align his tanks as we saw there, so it's not like any great options here for RedxWings, to be honest.
They are securing our
I mean, maybe
the
pack
enemy breaks
bunkers?
before us. They have only 100 points
But
remaining.
again, he would theoretically just flank it then. There's definitely not a lot of great options here for RedxWings. Again, my best option would probably just be going for a bunch of Stugs, but arguably at this stage you should have gone for them
Victory
sooner
point is
than.
under enemy control.
Pioneers about, pulverized.
Pioneers are dead.
And then go just 3rd Armored Division rolling ahead here. Pioneers caught laying down mines here. Puts another wipe here on RedxWings on the 55th Infantry Division, and we do in fact get a wipe here. Panzers there blasting through F Company. And the Shermans just keep on coming. Pack 40 is almost done in there, going just punching through there again. With the 76mm guns, the Panther 4s really have no protection against the Shermans. No chance of bouncing there.
Have secured our territory from us.
You saw that definitely bounced.
Victory point lost.
So, situation for RedxWings, definitely not ideal.
security around the HQ. We are down to 100 points.
100 points, in fact less than that now for RedxWings.
Sector now under enemy control.
Pioneers. I mean, he needs to repair his tank somehow.
Out of supply.
The only way he can do that is Pioneers. I mean, he could build a repair bunker with his coastal service, but
Pioneers are reporting for duty.
not too sure what to do that now. Of course, one thing RedxWings could have done ahead of time might have been put some pack bunkers when he had more ground.
Points remaining for our forces.
At this stage, I don't think the idea of pack bunkers is going to work out. I think that ship has sailed. That train has departed that station.
Commandant, territory sector lost.
So, RedxWings' options at this point are very limited. Some of them are basically relying on the fact that somehow Nanami just loses access to the internet and, gets disconnected. Not the most reliable options. So at this stage, he basically has to, come up with, some really brilliant maneuver that completely blindsides Nanami. And even then, it requires a fair bit of luck here against Nanami to work out.
We have 25 points left.
23 points left, 20 points left. There you go, lost one of his remaining Panther Forces. Starstorm wiped out. Yeah, at this point, I think it's GG. There we go, GG. With that, Nanami has secured glorious democratic victory here against the forces of the Third Reich. So that was a pretty good fight, I think, in a lot of respects there. Partly again, fairly non-meta. Great Stummel use there by RedxWings. But also Nanami again, applying some pretty good, tactical lateral thinking there to hit RedxWings from angles he clearly was not expecting, because most players just don't go there at all. So, a lot of cool stuff. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. This is Imperial Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye, everyone.